Okay, so before I start playing this video, the reason I'm doing this kind of reaction looking thing is there are some things throughout this video that I want to put into better context than I think I did within the video to help you better understand what was going on with the entire fight this weekend with these pickups. So let me get it going, and along the way I might pause it and explain a little bit. I've tried really hard to make these pickups sound like I think they should, and I shouldn't have to do that. These are Wilkinson Vintage Tone M Series ceramic PAF style humbuckers. Before I tell you why I don't like them, let me tell you why I do. Let's go over the pros first. We'll start with the neck. No problems with the neck. The neck, let's have a nice clean tone to it. Turn the volume. The volume levels throughout this video may go up and down. I was using my phone. I need to start learning to just mic the amp and then mic my voice more often. So it might be loud. It might quiet down. It's going to be all over the place. Just fair warning. They sound nice. They sound nice, thick and warm and clean. And let's add a little dirt to it. Nice, and also nice, thick, and clean, and there's like no muddiness. I said there's no muddiness, but you can't hear what I was hearing on that end. It sounded good. It was a clear, as far as like high gain through the neck pickup, but the neck pickup was good to it whatsoever. I really like it. Let's change over to like an acoustic. All right. I like the neck. No problems with the neck whatsoever. But the bridge is a different story. Check out this clip here where I'm trying to figure out why it's making so much noise, and I figured out why. As you can see, these are the Wilkinson pickups, and I've muted the strings here. Now when I go high gain, I got a pencil with a rubber end on it, and you can hear the screeching. That means it's vibrating. That means it's vibrating. It's screeching. That means I need to put wax or silicone inside that pickup to keep it from vibrating like that. And that's what I'm going to do, and we'll come back and see how it is. Now, as you see here, I had those pickups in a red Strat because I was thinking, maybe it's my guitar. When I was first getting these noises, I was thinking the big metal bridge plate from my telly was interfering with the magnetic surroundings of the pickup, and I wanted to be sure, so I put them in this Strat, and that's when I realized, no, it's not my guitar, because I've had many pickups in that telly before. I've had the Wilkinson Alnicos, which are just the opposite of these. They're just Wilkinson Alnicos. They're about the same ohm resistance, and I've also had Seymour Duncan Pearly Gate in there, and I've had some cheap humbucker size P90s and some cheaper high gain Zebra humbuckers in there as well. So that just got me wondering, is it my guitar or is it these pickups? And this part proved that it wasn't the guitar. Now, the problem is I took off the cover, the chrome cover on it, and there's no buffer between the chrome cover and the pickup. So even if you have just a little bit of space there, with a little bit of noise, that cover will vibrate and it'll make that squeal noise. And it's really, you won't be able to see it vibrate, but it creates, you know, sound in between it, and it's a horrible noise. Even when the strings are muted, it's still, it's just like squealy noise that you just can't, shouldn't sound like that. So I took off the covers, I added some wax, and this is the result. So I got the Wilkinson ceramics back in the Telecaster. Now I see, this is what I'm talking about, this big metal plate right here. I thought maybe that was throwing it off, but that's not it, because I've had other pickups in here and they never gave you that problem when they were originally intended to be in. And now we're going to test it out after I've put wax between the pickup and the cover. So back over to my Boss Katana. Now if you've ever put chrome covers on a regular pickup, a regular humbucker pickup, you would know by doing the research that you have to have something between the top of that pickup, and there has to be some kind of, to make a connection, to make it firm, a good solid, you know, make sure there's nothing in between there, because the sound waves make it vibrate and make it squeal like that god-awful feedback. Anyway, I think I've explained that 3 times now. You can hear it. It gets a little feedback from the fluorite, the light above. And that LED's terrible. I've got the strings muted, but it's still getting some kind of, if I let go, it'll get some kind of vibration. However, great light, terrible noise. It's not getting nearly as much before. And this time it's not caused by, it's just caused by regular feedback. This time it's not being caused by the pickup. So it sounded better. You didn't get that squealing noise, and I put everything back together. Came back up here, plugged everything back in, and I'm still getting some kind of almost like a feedback noise in the background when I end a note. So I ended up wax potting both of them with the covers on, and it helped out a little bit more. But the bridge, never had any problem with the neck, even before I wax potted. But the bridge, it seems like a lost cause. I don't know if it's too bright, but we'll switch it over. Clean. Beautiful clean. Sounds fine. It's when we start adding any kind of gain to it. Let me change over channels here. Sometimes, what I'm getting ready to talk about here, sometimes you can clearly hear it without any problem whatsoever, and sometimes you really can't on this video. When I was sitting in that stool playing, I could hear it perfectly. And even when I stood up and got, 6 feet away from the amp, I would still hear that pingy noise to it. You put any kind of gain to it, you can hear it's kind of pingy in the background. Almost like it's too bright. And yeah, I might be able to turn down the tone about halfway. You won't admit it. But I don't feel I should have to. I shouldn't have to turn down the tone and make it softer. Let's add some super overdrive to it. Also, let me add that in the control plate here, I had 250K CTS pots and a .047 capacitor just to soften everything up, and it still really packs a punch. That's a Boss SD1, only turned up about halfway on both level and drive. And there you go. I'm not even that close to the amp. I mean, I'm close to the amp, but I'm not that close where it's that loud where I should be getting all that noise. I have no other problem with some of my other guitars, even my Strat that has some cheap Artec chrome covered humbuckers in it. I never have that issue like that. And with the TS9, right there again. And also that amp sounds a lot louder than it was when I was recording. It wasn't nearly that loud. Like I said, I've only got the amp. See, it's only about 9 o'clock. It's not that loud. I'll even turn it down a little bit. And you still hear it. So, that amp's not turned up that high. How many times are we going to turn that? Still got that pingy. Another friend of mine said they had a kind of an ice picky sound, and that's a very good description of it. Like they're too bright. That friend of mine that I mentioned is Kevin over at Mindful Mods. He's got a great channel over there. I'll link it down below. Go check out his channel sometime. And they just that brightness just cuts through and creates feedback. Let's see if I can change it over. I still get it, and I hope you can hear it, but you might not be able to. It's just annoying. Now, rock tone, you can get a decent rock tone without much gain, just a slight bit of overdrive. It sounds good, but if you let go of the strings, even as low as it is, sometimes you get that feedback. And I still get it. So, if we're being honest, and like I was honest before, I said these were given to me for the purpose of this review, and I can't recommend the bridge. The neck is fine. The neck is pretty good for the price. It's a decent ceramic humbucker. But the bridge just took too much work to get it where it's at, and it's still not where I'd like it. So after I make this video, finish it up recording here, I'm probably going to go downstairs and change it out. I just can't. I can't do it. I can't have this guitar. I love playing this guitar. It's just a cheap Squier Bullet Telly. Love playing it, but I can't play it if it doesn't sound like exactly how I want it to sound. So, neck is great, bridge not so much. Until next time, we'll see you on the flip side.
We'll see you on the flip side.
All right. So that pretty much wraps it up. And let me tell you one more thing about the neck pickup. It is dead. I don't know if it was something that I did, but it just stopped working. And some of the pickups had been in and out of this guitar and moved around so much over this weekend that I wonder if just in the movement, it looked like the Black North lead came detached from the copper wire around the coil. So it's dead. I don't think it was a manufacturer defect. I can't say for sure if it was me or that, but I'm going to take the hit on that because if I just left it alone, it would have been fine. So I did end up putting the Wilkinson El Nico 5 humbucker back in the neck, and I do have the ceramic in there right now, and I've tweaked some knobs a little bit here and there, and for now I just won't turn it up that high, but it won't stay in there. The ceramic won't stay in there, and the neck is dead, probably due to my bringing it in and out of there constantly. So, I mean, what more is there really to say? If you like the sound of the neck pickup, it sounded great. The bridge pickup, clean, sounded fantastic. I love the way it sounds clean, but I just can't recommend the bridge pickup on this, as I already said. I'm starting to repeat myself. So we're going to wrap it up, and that's it. Like, subscribe. Have a good one.